Good evening. The word of the day is tedious. I've been doing something today that was tedious. I've been working on one of my hay cutters. I bought a set of new parts to make it cut very well again. A hay bind has a sickle that slides back and forth between two sets. There's a piece on top called a hold down or clip, and on the bottom it's a guard. And the blades slide between those two pieces. And when everything is just right, the clip and the guards are just far enough away so that the blade can slide without binding, but holds it perfectly flat against the guard. And the guard and the blade form scissors that cut the hay. That's the way the cutting part of it works. And then, of course, it goes through two rollers that crush the hay to make it dry faster so you can bale it quicker. I've been working on that today. It's very tedious to get the guards and the clips just right. And maybe I'm a little bit too tedious with it because when I bought the hay bind that I was working on today, it was practically new. Before I bought it, I had two older hay binds and we had been using them, and there was a gentleman who helped me quite a lot at that time, and both of them had been giving trouble. So when I went into the tractor dealer one day, I asked him, I said, if you have a good hay bind come in on trade, I would be interested in it. He said, I've got just what you need. He said, I've got one that I sold 4 years ago. He said, I can sell it to you for a certain price. And he said, if I get one just like it that's new now, it's several $1,000s more than that I have to pay for it. But I can sell you this one for this price. I said, that would be great. He said, the man took it home and only cut 5 or 6 acres of hay with it and decided it was too wide to pull down the highway and backed it in his shed, and it's been sitting there ever since. Well, when I saw the hay bind when the man did trade it in, he was exactly right. The paint wasn't even wore off of some of the wear parts that normally the paint goes off of pretty quick. So I purchased the hay bind. It was a great deal for me. And we took it out and used it, and it worked really great. Compared to those older machines that we had been using, it was like going from a very, very old car that barely made it down the road to riding in a car that just everything was perfect. It was great. But nothing lasts forever. And after we operated that machine for a few years, I knew that I had to replace those parts. The gentleman that helped me some told me, he said, it'll never cut like it did when it was new again. Well, that was kind of like issuing a challenge to me. So I went and got the parts and I went to work. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't mention the fact that I was going to make it cut like a new one again. I just put it all back together. And I did it very carefully and very particularly and very tediously until I got it just right. We took it to the field to cut again, and he got on it and started cutting hay. The next day when I saw him, he said, you know what, I was wrong. He said, you've got that thing cutting better than it did when it was brand new. He said, it's perfect. And I just kind of grinned, because sometimes when you do tedious things and you do them just right, you'll have a great day.